Our dumb farm chore spy game saved my mom's life. When we were kids growing up on our family's corn and soybean farm in Iowa, my mom taught me a secret code using farm terms to signal each other if we were ever in trouble while working the fields alone. Corn blight meant I'm in danger. Fix the fence meant help me. Tractor stuck meant I'm trapped. Pasture check meant I'm being watched. We used it through my teen years to signal when a creepy farmhand was hovering, when we were stuck in a storm in the fields, or to sneak cookies from the kitchen without my dad noticing. By the time I was 25, running the farm with my mom after my dad passed, we barely used it anymore, just the occasional joke when one of us messed up a chore or got the tractor stuck in the mud. When my mom's texts started coming in on a Tuesday afternoon, everything seemed normal at first. Hey baby, I'm taking a road trip to visit your aunt in Minnesota. I need space to breathe, so don't worry about me and don't try to find me. Tell the farm hands I'll be in touch when I'm back, but don't let anyone come looking. It sounded like my mom on the surface, but every hair on my arm stood up. This woman had spent 3 months planning our fall harvest, down to the exact combined schedules and grain bin reservations. She'd never bailed 2 weeks before harvest without a single heads up. Plus my mom hated the phrase space to breathe. She always called it city nonsense that doesn't get the crops in. The text kept coming over the next 48 hours, each more insistent. I know this is out of the blue, but this is what I need. Please don't make anyone search for me. I'm seeing new farms meet other farmers. Some days it feels like I'm in a completely different field. That's when my blood turned to ice. Completely different field was our old code for someone. With me, I can't speak freely. I reread every text and the code phrases jumped out like a tornado siren. Second message. The corn down here has a bad case of corn blight. It's spreading fast. Danger. Third, I had to stop and help a farmer fix the fence along the road. Help me. Fourth, the guy I'm staying with got his tractor stuck in the mud. Can't get it out. Trap. Fifth, I'm doing a pasture check every morning, making sure the cows are okay. Being watched. My hands shook so bad I dropped the walkie-talkie I was holding. My mom hadn't run off to Minnesota. Someone was forcing her to send these texts and she was begging for help in the only way she could without tipping her captor off. I didn't call the local sheriff first. The person holding my mom was a disgruntled former farmhand we'd fired a month prior for stealing equipment, who threatened to hurt us after we pressed charges. He'd grown up in the area and half the sheriff's department went to high school with him. I was scared they'd tip him off. Instead, I called the Iowa State Patrol, gave them every detail of the code in the texts, and grabbed the rifle we kept in the barn. The final text came at 1:32 a.m. I'm at the old barn on the north 40 acres just like we used to play in when you were a kid. The corn is corn blight. I had to fix the fence, the tractor's stuck, and I'm doing a pasture check every hour. This is exactly what I needed. Every code word plus a location, the abandoned barn on the north 40 acres of our farm. I hopped in the ATV, drove the 2 miles to the north 40 and crept up to the barn. Through the cracked door, I saw my mom tied to a hay bale, the former farmhand packing with a pitchfork in his hand. I relayed the exact layout to the state patrol, who showed up 10 minutes later, surrounded the barn and arrested him. They cut my mom free and she collapsed into my arms, shaking like she did when we got caught in a tornado when I was 8. He grabbed her in the barn after she finished morning chores, forced her to send those texts to keep anyone from looking. During his arrest, he kept screaming, "How the hell did you know she was talking about farm shit? That's normal, farmer." Mom spent a night in the hospital for minor injuries, but she's back on the farm now. We got the harvest in on time, and when we sat on the porch after the last load was in the bin, she smiled through her tears and said, "I can't believe you remembered our dumb farm code." I told her it wasn't dumb. It saved her life. We don't use it for silly cookie sneaking anymore, but we taught it to every local farm kid at the 4-H meeting last week. Because you never know when you need to scream for help and no one can hear you unless they're listening for the right words.